Hey people, don't you see? Was I right? Was I right? Didn't I tell you? What's gonna pay you? They will end up doing the same thing as China doing, and they will gonna pay you to sit at home. That's what they really wanted to do right now because the fact it's spreading so much. I told you the next step is the money's coming now. And then it's quarantine martial law. That means you're gonna have to stay in your house at a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Until the government tells you otherwise. That's why they trying to give us a lot of money at one time so we can stack up and so we can stock up because the fact, remember I told you in my last video, it's really gonna get scarce. Then I tell you, Walmart, everything is dang on empty. I was predicting the future. That's how I'm at. So you can go back to the videos and look for yourself. I don't gotta. I'm just a regular person just like you. But the next step is coming is where you gonna have to quarantine, and it's gonna get to a point. You already see how Europe is. Yours, I believe, lost about 3,000 people already. And the other day they lost 400 people. I don't know if it was 400. I know one day it was 200. Then the next day I guess ended up being originally 400 people. So you gotta watch yourself, people. So it's just getting really bad out here. Like you could just see the cities is getting locked down. And like last night around like two or like maybe at 12 o'clock, I could not find nowhere to get nothing to eat from. I could not. Taco Bell was closed. Cause they closed at one. Only place I found is was Wednesday. Wendy's. I went to Wendy's. They was open, so I went there. So it's getting. You know what I'm saying? People, we can't even go to the gym no more right now. Like I'm gonna lose all my stature because I'm sitting in the house. You know what I'm saying? Well, I like to go to the gym and stuff. All them things got to be put on hold, people, because of the fact the virus. I told you it was spread multiple times, but because imagine you going to the store and you get some money from a person that had that sneezed and had slobber or something on his hands and got the same the money you got from a cash register, you got affected because of that. That's why I tell you, people may laugh when you in public, when you wearing gloves, and you might got a mask on, and they might not used to people around them doing stuff like that. But this is the time that you cannot think upon things. Don't care what people think. Live your own life. Everybody has their own path, so nobody can talk about each other because if you talk about a person, you were susceptible in return from God to get done the same way that you talked about that person. You might, what I'm saying, that person might have protected himself. You might laugh because that person walking around in a mask and gloves. I mean, and gloves and you walking around with no mask and your hands touching everything. You touching the doors, going in the door. You touching the doors where thousands of people gonna touch. So and I mean, God is with me. I'm not scared. I don't fear nothing. When you get to the point where you don't fear things, and you know that only thing that you fear upon that's who made me in the image of whatever He made me as, you know, and the one that sits upon the throne and the Savior beside Him, and the four beings and the and the Lamb, the key holder of the earth, or is the earth. You think the earth can't unlock its own things upon itself? Yeah, I just wanted to say that, but the next step of the of what I see coming, because it's all logic thing. I just got a higher loss of thinking than others. Maybe 200, maybe growing to 300 almost, because I'm at a set point where I can perceive and logic thinking like a computer would set up and process, and then in return give an answer back to you. Basically, it just be right. That's all it is, people. But be safe out there. Be clean. You know, if the government do give you money, don't be a fool and just go blow it on Xbox and other things. Go online and go to patriots.com supplies and stuff like that and get boats of ration food to feed your family for months just in case it be a lockdown and you cannot go nowhere and you got to be like China where they just dropping food off and everybody got to come out and get it. You don't want to be like that. You want to go to Dollar General and stock up on water, buy $500 worth of water. You know how much water you can get for $500? You know how much water you will get for $500 if you go in Dollar General where they got the waters. You get 40 bottles of water for about $3 and some change. Go up in there, go on and get you some water. And then, if you want to, you can just venture out. You might find you a little recharger, you know. But Trump said this might last 18 months. That means we could be in the house for 18 months and the government sending us checks, which we won't make the same amount. You know what I'm saying? But we won't be spending money at the same time either because we will be on lockdown because we won't be driving. We won't be going out to eat. We won't be going this. We will only be surviving off of what we got in our houses, people. You got to understand this stuff. It's coming. This is not, you like I said, you never seen them ever close down all the restaurants and everything in your time because of the fact this is a pandemic. I told you about the Black Plague. I told you back there back in my other videos. I told you if this lasts more than a year, you got something to worry about. If the sun might get burning off for the summer, maybe this a new time. The day I woke up and I just heard the birds chirping. I heard the birds chirping in my ears about 6 o'clock in the morning, and it just gave me a good sign. Like hope is on the way, people. They could find a cure for it and to really help the people because of the fact no government don't want to help their people. Every government wants to help their people because the people help them make money. And the people help them make money and the government in return help the people so the occurrence can keep happening. Everybody want to get back to normal. The government want to get back to normal and the people want to get back to normal. And you just gotta hold in there. Whatever the government says, you gotta do anyway. So just follow the rules for right now. You know you got to follow the rules because these days soon you ain't gonna be able to go outside. If you go outside, if it gets so bad, you ain't gonna be able to go outside. If you step outside, you will penalized to be locked up or going to a martial law camp. But remember seeing that movie with Denzel Washington and they had a terrorist attack, and they was on martial law. You seen that, right? A while back, the 1980s movie. Look it up. I think everybody know. I can't remember. And then the army came in and stuff. Eventually, the army gonna come in. That's why you seen months ago the army was getting called back because something. Maybe they seen something that was coming. They already know, you know. But the army came back after the pandemic was already upon us. The pandemic been out for months and months, people. But they were just, you know what I'm saying, in other countries, they were just, you know what I'm saying, keeping it down, you know, if they did find out, if they see a curse, but they know what it is at the time, and then it spread it. And then, now we got a pandemic. Because we were always thinking about our material things. God seeing how we were always dependent on our material things and what the things we do and what the things we do in life. And he maybe was getting tired of it. You know, you never know. People say, oh, the government could have made this. The government could have made this. You think the government really want to make this? I can see. You come on, man. You think the government really want to make this and stop their money and they got to pay the people out their pocket? No, people. Think logic sense now. Really think logic sense. They getting sick too. What you got to say now? All right, people.